Hello, this video is for me the most challenging and exciting video of the whole series. When I was in a meeting with somebody in a joke, I said the hybrid agile framework is the one framework to rule all other frameworks. We laughed about it because it was more like a joke, but then we looked at it and we thought, is it a joke? Because it really supports all other frameworks. It doesn't rule the other frameworks, but supports the other frameworks. And it does that because with the hybrid agile framework, you can support waterfall projects, you can support waterfallish type of projects, Scrum projects, Scrum type of projects, and really agile Scrum projects. And you can support the Kanban phase. There's no problem. And you can do that within one team in any combination you need. One team can have one part which is really waterfall. Things need to be delivered on time with certain specs. And at the same time, they work in an agile way of working, and they even can combine it with Kanban. But you can not only do that within one team, you can use the hybrid agile framework crossover teams. One team is working waterfall, the other one is working waterfall combined with agile combined with Kanban. Yet another one is only doing agile, and you can combine it across all the teams, because the way how you schedule your work, do your roadmap planning, and how you do your refinement is for all the teams the same. And you can support with that way of working all the methodologies you need for that specific context where the team is working in. And if you can cross it over teams, you can also cross over units. So that's why it doesn't rule all other frameworks, it supports all other frameworks. And it does that because it is decomplexifying the processes around the projects. Like I stated in the video about how to unsqueeze that lean, made it possible that this hybrid agile framework submerged. And because of applying lean without mercy on processes, it became easier and easier. That's why we also removed unnecessary roles and over-engineered processes. And because of all of these points, it frees the people from time-consuming meetings, because when you have a role or a process, it needs to be fueled with meetings. Otherwise, these processes don't work. It needs to be fueled with information flow. So you need to create PowerPoint slides, Excel sheets, KPIs, overviews, etc., etc. Within the hybrid agile framework, we brought it down to the bare minimum. Because of that, it let people focus on their work and not on the process. What I also noticed that it works for small environments, but also for worldwide corporates. It really doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter which kind of framework is already working there. You just slide it under and you can support that framework and remove some problems which you're struggling with in your context. Hence, it saves a lot of time, and because of that, a lot of money. In average, you could say that a certified elite Scrum Master can support 4 and even more teams. At this moment, these people are supporting around 6 teams. So either you do cost saving, or you can support more teams with the same number of people. It makes the planning really easy. The roadmap planning, the phase 1 and 2 refinement is that easy. Because it is so easy, it is fast, and because people are doing it, you really get it under control. If it is complex, people don't want to do it, but it is easy, fast, and that's why you get it under control. It reaps the advantages from waterfall, like you have a roadmap, you know more or less what you want to do, and it reaps the advantages, for instance, from Agile. Slide it under the framework you're using and start to use it to solve the problems which occurs in the framework you're using. It removes the disadvantages from frameworks. It is a one-time learning, because if you learn it once, the hybrid agile framework, you can switch over to another team which also is using the hybrid agile framework. You know how it is going in that team. So it is a one-time learning. Also, we noticed that the learning is around 1.5 hours per team member, around 2 hours for a product owner, and around a half hour for stakeholders, and then learning on the job. We have one way of working, and the one way of working solves another big issue within organizations, and it is that we don't have methodology wars anymore. When you switch over from waterfall to agile, then there are people who are in favor for waterfall, people are in favor of agile, and there is a big risk that there is a lot of unwanted dynamic going on between them. Who is right? What is the right method? The focus goes internally instead of outwards to your customers. And it creates an unsafe and not pleasant environment to work in. So that's gone. And because of that, you have peace in your organization. People can focus on the work and not about the politics around the way of working. And that's a big, big gain. You don't need to think about the processes anymore. The hybrid agile framework is the name for the phase 1, 2, and 3 refinement in the set of way of workings, which is stored in a library, Scrum Quick Start. And there are 24 small processes documented, and 3 of them is the phase 1, 2, and 3 refinement. And that makes it possible to support waterfall, agile, Kanban. And the only thing you need to do is that you do inspect and adapt and adjust it for your context. And of course, that is a continuous process. Because of all of this, people start to focus more on the real work. It is based on KISS, keep it simple, and lean principles. You can say that the hybrid agile framework is based on keeping it simple, KISS, a known phrase from the lean world. When I started to work with this, I was asking myself, is this too good to be true? Is this really true? So I searched the internet about the root cause. I discovered that the root cause in itself is known, not in the context and how it is being used. And also you see some attempts to remove over-engineered processing models, frameworks used. And I can imagine that you ask yourself the same question. The thing is that I saw it working in small organizations, big organization, and it kept on delivering results over and over again. So I could not deny it anymore. And it works, like I mentioned before, no matter the size of the organization. It is so easy to put it aside because you don't believe it. There is a judgment, but you don't have anything to lose. And the only thing you lose then is some time. And really, that's it. I know you're really busy. You don't have the time. I really understand. I've been there. I've been in all these roles, so I know where you are. There's a lot of time pressure. But what when you discover that this could be indeed the silver bullet? A very challenging statement here, silver bullet. But I've seen it working again and again and again. And I've seen the tribal wars stopping again and again and again. And I've seen that the programs get under control and start to deliver on time within the budget over and over again. And I've seen that it works. So for me, it is not a perhaps anymore. If you look at the hybrid agile framework with the question, what could it do for your organization or for your teams or for you? The only risk you have now is that it costs you some time to look into it. That's all. The next step is just get in contact. Let's have a look in your organization how we could support you. Finally, I dare to say that the hybrid agile framework is the one framework which supports all other frameworks. The hybrid agile framework is pushing the limits. I really hope that we meet each other so we can have a discussion about it. The only risk you have is that you lose some time. Invest a little bit of time, and when it helps you, you have a big gain. I hope to see you in real life. Thank you for watching the videos.